So this is Real Talk, Real People. Thank you for waiting. I know you were chomping at the bit for this. I know you were saying, "Man, what is this? What is this crypto regulation? What's going on? What is this bill? Is this what we're gonna have to deal with? Is this what's happening? The markets don't seem to be rallying. The markets don't seem to be happy with this draft, this leaked draft of this crypto bill, the incoming regulation." Now, there's a lot we can say. You can tell the passion in my voice. You can tell it because we're about to break it down. Okay. Before anything, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You can comment later, but you can like and subscribe right now. Okay. All right. Perfect. So I'm gonna share my screen. We're gonna go through this now. This is this is a mammoth. Well, honestly, I've on this channel, I've gone through 100-page documents. So, I mean, this is 70. We're going to probably skip around a lot, but, uh, I feel you. I feel you on that. All right. So, we're going to take a look at article first, and then we're going to go. Actually, maybe we'll go through the bill first and then see how the articles spin it, and then we'll be done. All right. So this one's going to be for the books. We're just going to see what's in this draft, what they're trying to do. As you know, crypto has no regulation. It's not federally, uh, I would say, recognized at this point. And Uncle Sam and the rest of them, they got to get their grubby hands on the money. See, when there were those overnight millionaires, they weren't accounted for that. They don't like that, and they want money off of your money. If they can't control it, they'll destroy it. They'll sabotage it. They'll malign it. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and look into this. Let me share my screen. Um, Hope the background music is not too loud. Um, let's see here. Let's go ahead and share that screen. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. I'll let you guys see this first screen. Perfect. All right. I'm not playing any videos, so I don't need to invoke fair use. But there we go. Okay. So this is the article. Here's what U.S. senators put in the new crypto-friendly bill. That's a 3-minute read. Um, you know, there's probably more than this in here, but let's just see. Let's just see. Um, well, we can do the article first, and then we can see what they left out. Maybe that's better. So this person is Senator Gillibrand, Democrat, New York; Senator Loomis, Republican, Wyoming. A bipartisan bill. It's interesting. They can come together when it's about taking your money. So it's funny how they do that. Let's read. In a bipartisan effort to pave the way for more crypto friendly regulations in the U.S., Wyoming Republican Senator Cynthia Loomis and Democratic Senator representing the state of New York, Kirsten Gillibrand, are set to introduce a new draft bill today dubbed the Responsible Financial Innovations Act. Ugh. The bill, also known as Loomis Gillibrand, makes a clear distinction between digital assets that are commodities or securities. Okay, so maybe I spoke too soon. Any type of regulation I see coming towards this sector, I wince at. But uh, these crypto companies and these cryptocurrencies, these companies like Ripple, they've been begging for the distinction between commodities and securities. That's a popular one, Ripple XRP. Ripple's been in a huge lawsuit, huge legal battle with the SEC, Security Exchange Commission, because Ripple or XRP in itself, their uh, position, their posture is that Ripple is not a security. Um, it's a commodity, it's just like anything else. But the SEC wants to say, no, it's a security. So they've been embroiled. It's been really, really ugly. I think I've covered that maybe a little bit more in the past here, but let's keep going. Um, provide commodities or securities, providing digital asset companies with the ability to determine what their regulatory obligations will be. Under the plan, legislation is to delegate oversight of the most popular crypto assets to the Commodity Future Trading Commission, CFTC. And again, this is an article from Crypto News, um, written by Charles Law Adamowski. Shout out to him. All right. Um, this will leave the most powerful Securities and Exchange Commission on the sidelines of the crypto regulatory framework, and they want they want them paying the piper. That's why SEC is fighting so hard. They want this. They need this money. They need the money. They want the money. Digital assets that meet the definition of a commodity, such as Bitcoin or Ether, I suppose they mean Ethereum, which comprise more than half of the digital asset market capitalization, will be regulated by the CFTC, said the announcement. Interesting. So they want this Community Futures Trading Commission. So it looks like there's some favorites here. It looks like they have named Bitcoin and Ethereum as who they want to oversee. What does that mean for smaller coins? Per the section by section overview, among other things, Loomis Gillibrand Responsible Financial Innovations Act creates definitions for digital asset, virtual currency, payment stablecoin, smart contract, and similar important terms in the space. Before we move forward, it's really interesting that, this is something they've needed to do. I would assume they're consulting with experts in the field. That's the thing. A lot of these people, they don't look like your typical crypto investor. They kind of seem out of touch. And some of the things that have been happening in the talks that have been happening when it comes to crypto do seem to be a bit out of touch. Like they just don't quite get it. So you would almost, you can't assume anything in this day and age, but you'd want to believe that they're consulting with some really seasoned crypto investors and really being open to change, criticism, critique about making a good equitable bill, something that won't actually kill the exchanges and in return kill the cryptocurrency market. Let's continue. Provides a de minimis exclusion of up to $200 per transaction from a taxpayer's gross income for use of virtual currency for payments for goods, services under specified conditions. Clarifies the definition of broker for the purposes of Infrastructure Investment Jobs Act news reporting requirement of digital assets, delaying the implementation date January 1st, 2025. So they want to define who a broker is, and see, that is a major point of worry for the market, because what is a broker, right? Is a small exchange like ShibaSwap, Uniswap, are these considered brokers? Are you a broker? Is Coinbase a broker? And then if it is defined as a broker, does every single thing that they do, does every hand that touches, does it have to be taxed at that point? Is it going to be taxed out into oblivion? These are questions. And again, this is just a draft. But whatever it is, it will be going into effect as of January 1st, 2025. So it almost would, let's say this got passed today, you have 3 years to pretty much get rich. Um, pretty much. And then it's you'll about have as much of a chance of striking it big as you do in the stock market, which really totally defeats the purpose. And then what about DeFi projects as well? That's kind of the whole point. Let's continue. Specifies that certain decentralized autonomous organizations, DOAs, are business entities for the purpose of the tax code. Establishes that digital assets lending agreements are not generally taxable events. Requires the Internal Revenue (IRS) to adopt guidance and clarification on longstanding issues of digital asset industry. Declares that digital assets obtained from mining or staking do not form part of a taxpayer's gross income until the deposition of those assets. Makes a clear distinction between digital assets that are commodities or securities. That's what XRP needs. That's what they've been asking for years. Grants the CFTC exclusive spot market jurisdiction over all fungible digital assets which are not securities. Requires all issuers of payment stablecoins to maintain high-quality liquid assets valued at 100% of the face value of all outstanding payment stablecoins. Provide public disclosure of the assets backing the stablecoin and their value, and have the ability to redeem all outstanding payment stablecoins as part of legal tender. That's pretty much the big thing. That's what they want. And by the way, I am not a. It's not. None of this is legal advice. I'm not a crypto expert. I'm just reading an article. As a former state treasurer, I'm excited by the possibilities of incorporating digital assets into the American financial system. The legislation that Kirsten Gillibrand and I are proposing will do just that. On May 27th, Gillibrand tweeted she was working diligently with Gillibrand to finalize the bill text with their comprehensive digital asset legislation, stating any language circulating online is an incredibly outdated version of the March 1st. Stay tuned for the release of the actual bill on June 7th, which was yesterday. So I've had this, let's just say I had it since June 7th. Let's say that. Loomis is quoted in today's announcement stating, "The United States is a global financial leader, and to ensure the next generation of Americans enjoy a greater opportunity, it's able to integrate digital assets into the existing law and harness the efficiency and transparency of this asset class while addressing risk." On her part, Gillibrand stated, "Digital assets, blockchain technology, cryptocurrencies have experienced tremendous growth in the past years and offer substantial potential benefits if harnessed correctly, i.e. pay us. It is critical that the United States play a leading role in developing policy to regulate new financial products while also encouraging innovation and protecting consumers." And that's the thing. For as scary as regulation seems to a lot of people, it's going to bring a lot of other stock and just a whole slew of more investors into the space. By that time, will it be all over? Will it be at a veritable gold rush? By the time you get in, is it even worth it? So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Now, the question is, here's the actual bill as of June 6th. So this is the final June 6th as of 8:30 a.m. They said look for the release on June 7th. Must have been a typo, right? Same bill. This is to be enacted by the House and Senate of the United States and the Congress assembled. This is the Loomis-Gillibrand Responsible Financial Innovation Act. And so let's take a look here. Responsible taxation of digital assets. So let's see. Definitions. gain loss disposition, responsible securities innovation, responsible payment innovation, consumer protection. So I know that's a big one we worry about. So let's look at. Okay, so let's look at definitions here. Digital asset. The term digital asset means a natively electronic asset that confers economic, proprietary, or access rights or powers. It is recorded using cryptographically secure distributed ledger technology or any similar analog, and includes virtual currency ancillary assets consistent with Section 2C2F of the Commodity Exchange Act. The payment stablecoins consist with Section 403 of the Legal Certainty for Bank Products Act of 2000. Other securities and commodities subject to subparagraph. Digital asset intermediary means a person who holds a license, registration, or similar authorization specified by this chapter of the Commodity Exchange Act, Investment Advisor Act, Omnibus. Digital asset that may conduct market activities relating to digital assets, or a person who is required by law to hold such a license, registration, or similar authorization. So that's the intermediary. Includes a person who holds a license, registration, or similar authorization under the state or federal law that issues a payment stablecoin, or a person is required by law to hold such license, registration, or similar authorization. Does not include a depository institution. Distributed ledger technology means technology that enables operation and use of a ledger that is shared across a set of distributed nodes and participating network and store a complete partial replica of the ledger, synchronized between the nodes, data appended to the ledger by following the specified consensus mechanism of the ledger, may be accessible to anyone or restricted to a subset of participants, and may require participants' authorization to perform certain actions require no authorization. Payment stablecoin means a digital asset that is redeemable on demand on a one-to-one basis for instruments denominated in United States dollars in defined legal tender. Okay. Or for instruments defined as legal tender under the law of a foreign country. Issued by a business entity accompanied by a statement from the issuer that the asset is redeemable as specified in subparagraph from the issuer of another identified person, backed by one or more financial assets, including other digital assets intended to be used as a medium of exchange. Person provides digital asset service. The term who provides digital asset services means a digital asset intermediary. Financial institution is defined as a Commodity Exchange Act, and any other person conducting digital asset activities pursuant to the federal state charter. Smart contract. Oh, hold on. Security. Here we go. The term security has a meaning given in the term of Section 3A of Security Exchange. So it says refer Security Exchange Commission. Smart contract term. Smart contract means computer code deployed to distribute ledger technology network that executes an instruction based on the occurrence or non-occurrence of a specified condition. Any similar analog, and maybe include possession of control of a digital asset, transferring assets, issuing executable instruction for these actions. In terms, source code version means source code version comprising of a digital asset does not include software used to manage or facilitate transaction of the digital asset. Virtual currency means digital asset that is primarily used as a medium of exchange, unit of account, store of value, and any combination of functions. It's not legal tender as described in the section. You know what I'm looking for. Why didn't they? I'm looking for broker. Is it Control F? Shift F? Control F? There we go. Broker. Imposed on brokers with respect information reporting requirements imposed on brokers. Okay. Clarification of definition of broker. Any person who, for consideration, stands ready in ordinary course of trade or business to effect sales of digital assets at the direction of their customer. Well, since let's say a person like myself, I don't have a broker. I would effect the sales myself. Brokers. Definition of legal digital asset. Blah blah blah. The term digital asset meaning given such term. Yeah, yeah. Return requirement for certain transfers of digital assets not otherwise subject to reporting. Any broker with respect to any transfer which is not part of a sale or exchange executed by such broker during a calendar year of covered security which is digital asset from the account wholly controlled and maintained by such broker to an account which is not maintained by or address not associated with a person that such broker knows or has reason to know is also a broker shall make a return for such calendar year in such form as determined by the secretary, showing the information otherwise required to be furnished with the respect to transfer, subject to subsection A. Information reported by broker under this section shall be limited to customer information that is voluntarily provided by the customer and held by a broker for a legitimate business purpose. That, wow. Uh, okay. So that last part, information reported by a broker under the section shall be limited to a customer information that is voluntarily provided by the customer. So it's one of those situations where if they change their terms of use, terms of service, uh, that's going to be interesting because that would mean that terms of service for, like, let's say, Coinbase, they know everything about you. They have all your information. And since you voluntarily give that up when you sign the terms of use and plug all that in turn gets reported to the government. But if you're on something like Uniswap or Shiba Swap, they don't need to know any of that. You just connect your wallet and bada boom. You don't need to sign up for anything. So that's interesting. That's a difference. Sources of income, digital asset, trading for taxpayers' own account. Hold on, let's look at that. Trading in digital assets for the taxpayer's own account, whether by the taxpayer or taxpayer's employees or through resident broker, commission agent, custodian, digital asset exchange, or other agent, whether or not any employee agent has a discretionary authority to make decisions in affecting transactions. This clause shall not apply to in the case of a dealer in the digital asset. Digital asset exchange means a decentralized platform which facilitates the transfer of digital assets. Mhm. Um, so that's an exchange. Boom, 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 boom. Decentralized autonomous organizations means an organization would utilize smart contracts to effectuate collective action for business, commercial, charitable, or similar entity governance, which is achieved primarily through distributed basis, which is properly incorporated or organized under laws of state or foreign jurisdiction of decentralized autonomous organization cooperative. Tax treatment of digital asset lending agreements and related matters. Lord have mercy. The taxes, fixed term, basically check with the IRS, Internal Revenue Code 1986. Fixed term transfer occurs in the ordinary course of securities lending, investment management. Um, Implementing effective IRS guidelines. Analysis for retirement investing in digital assets. Potential benefits to the diversification and return of retirement portfolio of an investor. Controller of General United States shall conduct a study to provide report to the entities specified. So they want to study and see if it's a uh, viable retirement engine. Yeah, a few people have retired. A few people have retired. Risk, legal and operational barriers to effective retirement investing. But yeah, there is a huge risk. Committee on Banking, Housing, Urban Affairs, Finance, Senate, Labor, Pension, State, Mining and Staking. Taxable year of inclusion is amended by ending deferral of income recognition for digital asset activities. In the case of taxpayers conducts digital asset mining or staking activities, the amount of income relating to such activities shall not be included in the gross income of the taxpayer until the taxable year of the deposition of the assets produced or received in connection with the mining and staking activities. So you don't have to worry about taxes on it until you actually take it out. Um, Conforming amendments. Well, this can certainly change. Um, it doesn't seem too scary, but as you're reading, I mean, some of this stuff is like, it, I'm not even being obtuse. I mean, it's intentionally wordy for no reason, and I like being wordy. But this is, yeah, and we're only on page 25. Registration of digital asset exchanges. You know about that. Um, Market reports, bankruptcy treatment of digital assets. Interesting. Hmm. Maybe we'll just leave it at that. Settlement finality, notice of customer enforcement. Yeah, but you know what? At least they got this draft out. You know what I'm saying? It's good that they're actually working on it, and quite frankly, they have to work on it because if they don't, all these other countries are just gonna leave America in the dust. And for all the innovations that we have um, as a country and that we share, that we export, this should be something we're in the front of. However, you know, there's a lack of control. They don't know it. See, when it's something they have not created themselves, see, if they don't know all of the built-in loopholes, if it's not a product that they're selling to us, they're wary about it when it's so. It's basically like we're trying to sell a product to them, and they're trying to make sure that this becomes advantageous for them in every aspect. But that's why you got to work together. Me personally, I would prefer there to. I prefer there. I prefer it to be an unregulated market because you're not going to see those gains under a regulated market like that. You know, cryptocurrency gains are crazy. You can be up 20, 25, 50% in one day, 1 hour. Uh, it is depending on how, well, I don't want to say smart, but how prepared you are, how much you research, how much you know. You can really make some excellent gains. How good you can forecast, um, and really what utility you're bringing to the market via the what your actual cryptocurrency does. All these things play a factor, and the best part is your money. No one's taking a bit out of it. So it's just my thoughts. This is real talk, real people. Again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If this made it any bit clear, feel free to let me know. Again, we take requests as well, and I appreciate all of your time. Uh, I was like, I did not want to do this one, but you guys made it a lot better. So, as always, keep it real and be well. Be well. Yeah.